CryptoQ Media, I'm glad you're back on my channel. Here is something from Tranglo to set the stage for our XRP discussion. Now that Tranglo's payment corridor has expanded to Georgia, remittances sent and received by Georgian families can be processed more swiftly and securely. Georgian migrant workers are mainly employed in the United States, Europe, and the Commonwealth of Independent States (CIS), hence their expansion is crucial for connecting Georgia to diverse regions. Ripple, as you may know, is seeing ongoing growth. The continuous rails that use RippleNet technology and XRP are always put into place by Ripple's partners when Ripple isn't directly involved. With the help of Ripple XDev, APAC-DAO will be able to connect with and assist Southeast Asian developers interested in building for the XRP ledger. Hackathons, meetings, and XRP ledger training are just a few of the ways this partnership plans to help the region's expanding development community. Actually, across all X, some people seem to be arguing that the XRP ledger not increasing is to blame for the XRP price not moving. Nevertheless, valuable projects are being developed. Borrowing and lending tokens and cross-border payments are their main areas of interest. The projects who hire these security guards are understandably irate because their projects aren't contributing to the XRP ledger. For that reason, many of these individuals are departing from XRP. Still, more expansion is on the horizon, and while I don't know what happened with Raoul Pal, remember his words, "Price fluctuations won't shake my faith." This is correct, XRP is. There is more to value than just pie charts. Although it may come as a disappointment, many alternative cryptocurrencies exist, such as Cardano and XRP. I really hope you're right, though, since it makes me question who is paying hope who isn't an investor to now ship the tail. Just like that, the original X influencers are suddenly raving about Solana and this initiative, which is diverting attention from XRP. I think this is happening because we are currently in close proximity. After all, the IMF is backing the Ripple Effect's attempt to boost Palau's economy. Collaborating with the IMF, Ripple powers Palau's digital payment system. The fact that the IMF technical assistance team is a major stakeholder demonstrates the operational closeness of the partnership between Ripple and the IMF. It is widely believed that the IMF has already set a price for XRP. Despite XRP's success, many still think it won't lead to financial success for holders. We are far beyond the point when XRP will go to zero, please. The story has progressed beyond that. Bitcoin has been and always will be the undisputed leader in the cryptocurrency market. The plot is taking a turn. The original intent of Stephen Thomas and the former Ripple CTO was for the Interledger protocol. Make the XRP ledger accessible all throughout the globe. Ex-Ripple staffer Marcus Treashare claims that XRP may be indefinitely scaled with the help of ILP. In addition, Treashare asserts that XRP's liquidity model was designed to accommodate 7 to 9 billion individuals, which equates to the entire global population. In order to reap the benefits of generational wealth, Treashare says he will keep onto XRP until its global launch. I am unfazed by the fact that major media outlets are suddenly covering Bitcoin and shifting the narrative. Michael Saylor is trying to sell it, but why do you know they need to keep the pretense going? Because they would prefer that you don't own XRP. Additionally, there is a tax rate of 44.6% on capital gains and 25% on unrealized gains. These taxes characterize the wealthy. The stock market would plunge if this bill passed in Congress, so please think long and hard about it before you vote. The situation has spiraled out of control. There is tremendous shame in Harris's decision to change her stance and support Biden's tax ideas. Those unrealized gains are substantial. Take a look at this definition for some context. Kamala Harris is in favor of imposing a tax on unrealized capital gains. Consider the following scenario: you invest 50,000 in Bitcoin, but its value rises to 70,000 after you buy it. The 20,000 in capital gains are still taxable, regardless of whether you held onto the Bitcoin or not. This is completely ridiculous. Win or lose, she has no chance. All nations will perish in due time. I promise you that industry will leave this country. When put into action, this would cause many people with significant wealth to leave immediately. Holding XRP at 50 cents, holding it until it reaches 1, and then selling it when it drops back to 50 cents would force XRP holders to sell at different levels just to pay the taxes, in his opinion. Capital gains will be covered next. Think about how much money you could make with XRP if the capital gains tax was significantly lower than 44.6%. The $440,000 in capital gains tax would be due on the $1 million. That is the exact reason why XRP is best held for the future. Taxes on short-term capital gains are typically 25% to 30%, whereas taxes on long-term capital gains should not exceed 15%. There are other ways to avoid paying capital gains tax. That will be covered more in later episodes, but for now, this is their plan for the future. Virtual assets and the historic Supreme Court ruling on anti-money laundering rules are targets for China's efforts. Unrealized wealth is tantamount to stealing, if you ask me. A stablecoin like Tether will be greatly affected by China's upcoming crackdown on anti-money laundering. You can be sure that other countries will do the same if China does this. Being optimistic is a lie. Cryptos ought to be regarded as regular money in the US. The US Treasury is investigating Bitcoin, which is their first point. A decision and a major change in the US regulatory attitude towards digital assets following their earlier rejection are being considered by the US Treasury and the Federal Reserve, who are considering reclassifying crypto as money under the Bank Secrecy Act. This shift aims to elevate cryptocurrency to the level of ordinary fiat currencies, thus it's important that financial institutions are more open and have tighter reporting obligations. This will have far-reaching consequences if everything works out as expected. The authority intends to officially classify cryptocurrencies as currencies in tandem with these crypto regulations in order to incorporate these assets into existing anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist financing frameworks. Under the new definition, digital assets that are neither legal tender nor serve as substitutes for current currencies are included. Thus, cryptocurrency will eventually be regarded as money, but I expect that regulations pertaining to cryptocurrency will also emerge at the same time. However, I think the US Treasury is attempting to convey the idea that crypto needs to be valued if it is going to be integrated into the financial system and used by major organizations going forward. Like such exchange-traded funds, it will remain worthless if that doesn't happen. The DTCC removed the 100% haircut from the balance sheet because of this reason. Although it cannot be used as security for a loan, a bank that gains cryptocurrency and keeps it in their records might do just that. While I anticipate crypto regulations, I also anticipate that they will strengthen relevant entities, such as banks. The results could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. My prediction is that the US dollar index DXY will also wind up in the hands of the IRS after it achieves its lowest level in over a year. The Internal Revenue Service IRS will have the authority to regulate cryptocurrency if it is recognized as actual currency. With that said, think about. Now we're going to see that decrease continue, which is going to cause Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to soar. Some nations are even refusing to purchase our debt, on top of the fact that we are already deeply in debt. They want us to pay them back for what we owe them. From this point on, the D, X, and Y appear to be declining. It calls for our continual vigilance. But in the meantime, look into cryptocurrency. Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum has warned that global elites are planning to unleash societal anarchy in the years leading up to the 2024 US presidential election. Everyone knew this was going to happen. Whichever candidate wins the president, I foresee chaos. If Kamala is victorious, you know what's going to happen. As soon as people start saying the election was rigged, chaos and violence will ensue. In contrast, riots and anarchy are inevitable outcomes of a Trump presidency. I do not think either candidate will be able to claim victory in this election. I think that's why the wealthy were building their bunkers. However, anarchy is likely to ensue when the World Economic Forum issues a prediction of it. 1 million jobs at the Federal Reserve might be lost if the estimates are revised downward. You think such interest rate cuts will be great for cryptocurrency, but I'm not a fan of the idea because it could lead to the elimination of jobs. Additionally, I am not sure if the September rate cuts will still take place. If that sets off Bitcoin's massive surge, we might be entering old season. Every holder is unique, and I felt compelled to emphasize it to everyone. Your attention in seeing my web video is greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel and have just subscribed, I appreciate it. Later on, I shall see you.